Choosarama.
I made sure. Holy fuck, I'm lightheaded. I made sure that was a little bit longer than last time because this is the second one.
I'm more excited for this one.
So,
oh man,
we had our fun. We
I'm
watched
nervous.
some scientists fall in love and also try to prove it.
We need to update Kat on how that went, by the way.
Yeah, was it good? Did they prove it?
Yeah, you know what? They kind of did. They proved a good old chunk of it, and they came together.
What was the title of the last one?
It
was I fell in love because I knew I could prove it or something like that.
No, it was like I fell in love and I proved. Fuck, I don't fucking know. The point is, they kissed at the end. It was a good time.
Once.
We had fun. Fuck you. They fucking kissed at the end. That's all we get, okay? It's fine. It's good. We had a good fun time. But you know what? It's time to get rid of all the fucking fun times. Fuck all this goddamn date bullshit. Fucking
We're getting dark.
A little slap in the wall.
Are.
Fuck
Oh,
all
man.
that shit. Because now it's time for some dank, dark, spooky horror.
That's what I like to hear.
That's what we're here to do. So
We are going to go on the just far opposite end of the spectrum.
we are
from
going
what
for
just
it. We're
watched.
fucking going for it. And you know what? Who wants to start?
I don't know. Who wants to start? You tell me.
Joseph, would you like to begin? Oh shit, Kat.
Kat just
made
went
the
in. Okay.
decision.
Oh, Ethan's going first. Okay, cool. Take that weight off my shoulders.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Shit. Go for it, Ethan.
What
Okay.
is your horror
So,
anime?
I need to
suggestion?
premise this by saying this is an anime that was recommended to me back in film school that I never got around to even clicking on.
Way back
So
when.
going through the list of horror anime on Crunchyroll, this is the first title that kind of popped out to me because it's the only one that I saw and hadn't seen and was also recommended to me.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I think it's pretty well known. So I go ahead and clicked on it. I watched the first episode so I could pitch it in a, without having to look everything up, I should say. So,
Sure.
here we go. This anime is horror.
Yes.
I can confirm that.
Horror.
It's also Kat's worst nightmare. I can
Shit.
confirm that. The anime
Okay.
starts.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead and guess, please.
It's either going to be worms, horses, or death.
Okay, we
But-
got a little bit of
I'm,
everything.
I'm sorry. Horses?
Yeah, well, not the horses. Horses aren't involved.
No, but
Wait,
I'm sorry.
what?
Wait, what do you have problems with? You have problems with horses?
I hate horses. That's a
Aren't
story
you a
for another
Midwest
time.
girl? What?
We just saw one today,
What?
actually. We just saw a horse
I
today.
hate them. It was
You're
walking down the street.
You're afraid of them?
Yeah, I know. Not a fan. But wait, can we go back? Did you say there are worms in this? Because I'll tell you
Okay.
right now, that's big. F no.
Yep. So the anime starts. A random boy in a random town of Japan is sleeping late at night.
She's already like, oh.
Something comes through the window and kind of observes him from a distance, and we see that it's a kind of like small snake worm type of creature, and it's observing him, and it says, you know what, I'm gonna try and get in there. The little worm tries to burrow up the man's nose,
What?
I know
No!
what this is.
Guy-
I know what
What?
this is. I know what this
wakes
is.
up and goes like spits it out onto the bed, and he's like,
What?
oh my god, there's a snake in my room.
There's
There's
a snake in my
in
room.
my boot.
Snake in my room. So he smacks that thing off the bed,
Jacob, I love you so much. Oh my god.
and it makes its counterattack, right? And it burrows into the guy's right hand.
Fuck.
It
I know.
burrows into his hand.
It burrows
dog.
into his hand, and he is about to lose it.
I'm
So
about to lose it.
He takes his he has like an iPod on his nightstand. He takes the headphones.
Yo, he
And
fucking gives himself a tourniquet with the
cinches
headphones.
that thing off onto his hand. And his parents come in because they hear him screaming, and they're like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "This snake just burrowed into my hand." And they come over, and there's nothing. And he's like, "Oh my god, I was dreaming."
Is this like from the dude who wrote the Spiral thing?
No, it's
I
not.
don't
It's
know.
not. It's not Junji Ito. No.
So let me
Okay.
continue into a more vague premise of the show after this happens.
Oh
He
my
starts
goodness.
to realize he does not have total control of his right hand anymore. But it's only his right hand.
I fucking love anything that is like The Thing or
starts
Invasion of the Body
to hear
Snatchers.
a little voice in his head.
Nope.
He comes to realize his right hand has been eaten. It's gone.
What? What?
And there's now an organism that is acting as his right hand, and he can control it when it lets him. But when it's awake and it wants to do something, it has complete control of his right hand, and it can do some wild stuff. I am talking wild. And it thinks it failed in its mission. It did not devour his brain, so they're trying to coexist. And this thing can sense.
It's like a parasite thing?
Yeah,
It's a parasite.
it is a
In
parasite.
Oh,
fact,
is it called Parasite?
The name of the anime.
You're not even
I'm
letting
mad.
me guess.
I'm fucking mad.
You can
I'm
guess.
mad.
No.
What's the name, Kat?
I'm mad.
Okay,
It's called whatever. It's called Parasite, like Joe said.
it is called Parasite. So
Oh.
Wow.
this thing.
I
so
was sucked
at the
in,
end of the
and I
first
was
episode,
scared.
Kind of where we're at is that this thing is sensing that there's more of these around. There's more of these parasites around that have infected humans or other animals, either completely or also
Or
failed in their
animals?
mission. And it's starting to kind of sniff them out, and the parasite doesn't know what it is or where it came from. Its first memory is when it burrowed into this guy's hand.
Really?
So it's trying to learn what it is. But
It's a
also
Saiyan
coexist.
parasite.
And the guy now has these abilities. Like there's a part where he sees a girl crossing the street, it's about to get hit by a car, like some Yu Yu Hakusho shit.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
saw this clip.
He
I've
just
seen this
zips
clip.
out into the street and boom, one hand with the right hand.
Just
stops
like
it.
Edward from Twilight.
Just stops the car.
What?
100%, same thing.
So he's starting to learn. This thing has given him some abilities he's not totally aware of.
So, but the thing can only control his hand, or did the
Only-
thing make him go into the street and stop it?
No, he wanted to go into the street, and then because this thing needs him to survive,
Oh, it helped him because
It
he put
helped
himself into a bad situation, and the
Yeah.
thing
Sounds
was like,
like,
"No,
Venom.
you did." Oh, that's
It is
kind of
symbiote.
interesting.
Yeah.
yes.
That's
Except they
that's
nasty
an
'cause they
interesting
worm.
relationship
Now we all
True.
know why I love this because
Instead of goo.
Venom.
because
Venom.
comic relation.
Point.
Okay.
Points.
I like the
points
Venom
to,
thing.
Points
but
to
I-
massive Venom statue.
I was gonna think about his tattoo. Fuck.
Also,
enough.
yeah, my sleeve is in progress. Besides that,
Did you get work on it done?
no, but we've been back and forth through this quarantine. My artist is working on it.
There you
Oh
go.
my goodness! I'm
Besides
excited.
this, there's I think it's 12 episodes and then it's just done. I think it's a good length for a podcast.
It finishes in 12.
Yeah, I think it's 12 or 15.
Man,
our
this
range.
guy's making like a logistics argument for his
Oh my
now.
god.
This man,
All
this
right.
man goes
All right,
No, you're
in
right.
and
That's too much.
beyond.
That's
There
too
you
much.
go, Ethan.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Parasite. That's my pitch.
Can
I
I-
think it's
dude,
strong.
Can
I'll
I
be watching
say?
it regardless if it's picked.
Can I say right now, like, I was getting scared and unnerved just listening to it, just listening to him describe the whole thing.
Joe,
Like,
why are you giving him more points?
I just, it's just, oh man, like I'm realizing like my show compared to that is like not the
What did you
same.
fucking choose? Okay, you know what?
It's like-
You know what, Joe? What did
Go
you
ahead.
choose?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, all right, okay.
What did you
Okay.
choose, Arama?
I like that.
What did you choose, Arama? Okay. How to start? Okay.
Back in high school. Oh man. Woo!
Okay, no. So, Mine, the setting, visual and like emotional kind of cues. It's very, very reliant and dependent on like color palettes. It uses that heavily. It's got a lot of muted colors and like think dusk or like twilight orangey type dark browns and stuff like constantly. And it's it takes place in kind of a medieval world. I don't want to say like fantastical, but it's it has a sense of there's some wonderment going on, and there's these things that are terrorizing humanity and kind of cornering them into their villages and stuff, and they're making them scared, and entire villages are being wiped out. But there's a specific group of like militant, I don't want to say fighters, warriors that are trained to specifically destroy these monsters. And the thing, they're not really, I don't know if they're trained for it, but they're, I watched the first episode just like Ethan to try and get a little bit of this. And it was something that I watched when I was younger, and it like traumatized me when I was 12. Like it was something I should not have watched it. Like it was like I was like picture little 12-year-old me surfing the internet, like just getting into anime. Like I watched Dragon Ball Z for the second time, and I was like, I want to see what else is out
What
here.
other things are out there like Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z? Clicks on this. This is not Dragon Ball Z.
It's not. Well, no, but what it was I think there was a preview for it on one of the DVDs, I think.
Oh.
Or like I was looking at a preview for some other show, and it sent me down a rabbit hole, and I found this show, and it was rated MA, and I was like, ooh. I'm gonna test my boundaries on this, and I watched like the first little bit, and I was like, shit, nope, no, oh god. And then I went and watched like Azumanga after that. Like it was like I needed something cheerful.
I understand.
Have you seen Azumanga Daioh? That's a good.
I haven't seen
Anyway,
Azumanga- yeah.
I'm sorry. Anyway, so there's these beasts, and the warriors are like mutations. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something that they became or if it's something that like they were born as. But basically, they're half human, half these monsters.
I think I know what you're fucking talking about.
And they are the only ones who have the power to defeat the actual beasts. But because of that, they're also like shunned from society. And it's a weird relationship amongst all the humans, because they're like, we need these people, but like we really hate these people because they are kind of like these beasts. So it's a weird like reliance, hatred, need them but don't like them kind of thing going on. And it's also got when was the last time you guys saw pretty ladies with big swords?
Today.
What?
Wow, I was not expecting that. Okay.
He's lying to you.
Nope. I watched Kat
No.
cut
What?
some toast.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Yo,
We do not own a sword.
And she had
Not
such
yet.
dainty hands. It looked like
Not-
a sword in her hand.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
You're
Okay.
saying I
Okay.
have tiny hands.
But okay. So Kat,
dainty.
Oh my gosh, I want to sidestep you guys. Kat. So we got monsters in a kind of medieval world. Not kind of. It's medieval.
Okay.
And there's these women who have super like, not super big, but big swords, and they're the only ones who can fight these monsters.
These
What is
women who have big swords.
what is the
is
name of this
this?
show, Kat? What is the name of this show?
It sounds like some kind of WWE, but like
no.
a long time ago.
It is
That's
an
what I would call
older
it.
show. Like,
WWE,
it's
but
No,
a
but I
long
mean
time
like
ago.
medieval times,
Oh.
like WWE medieval.
This is-
WWE.
Do you have a guess, Jacob? Because I'm pretty sure it's not what you think it is. but wanna know what you
I
think.
thought I thought I had it, but then after you said medieval again, I went, oh no, it's not that. So I don't know.
Okay.
What's it called?
It's called Claymore.
I've heard of that. I don't know anything about it, but
It's very like visually it's amazing, and when you think about when this show came out, it's like dang, it was ahead of its like animation
time.
intensity. Yeah, animation
ask you
time.
this,
It's
Joe.
definitely wild. Yeah.
Because Jacob and I have both said this about our shows. If your show is not picked, will you be continuing to watch it?
Well, I think it's important to remind you guys that I don't like scary things.
He's like, no.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's like, okay, so here's one of the opening scenes, just an example of the type of horror, because I think Ethan gave a much better example of the horror in the show.
Well,
than
yeah,
I did.
I mean, he's got a body horror show, which is obviously,
So what?
Gets to ya.
Like my thing is, it's gonna get more into just like people going through trauma, like people witness people getting like ripped apart and stuff, and one of the first things is this boy witnesses his mom and dad die, and it's one of the monsters that does it. And then the first Claymore lady, her name's Claire, comes in, and he's like following her around, and she's cold and whatever, and she's
Claymore Claire.
she's like letting him tag along or whatever, and we don't know why, because it's like she's like, she seems mechanical in like everything she does, kind of a thing. And then later they go back to, or he goes back to his house, and she's following him, and you don't know it. And he gets back inside, and he's like, "Oh, big brother, like blah blah blah, like this is happening," and the brother's like talking to him, and you don't see the brother; he's out of the shot, and the boy's over here like facing the wall, and the brother's like back here, and you see the boy from the back and the wall, and you see the brother's shadow, and the shadow like morphs and grows into this like oversized humanoid type shape that's like just stronger and bigger, but it's still the brother's voice.
She's like,
kind of a
she's like,
thing.
what the fuck are you talking
No,
about?
but it's still the brother's voice, and then he says something that's like, he makes some kind of comment about how the parents died, and he's like, and the boy kind of like perks up, and he's like, what? And he turns around, and it's like his brother is half into this beast, and then he's like, now I'm gonna kill you,
This just
and
sounds
then I'm
really
gonna get
sad.
out.
It's just
No, that's what I'm saying. Like this show
Like-
is like it's like gory horror, and then it's just following these people as they go through trauma, and the Claymores get involved in stuff like that.
and the
there's, like, a
claymores,
hero.
the swords get involved.
It's
Sword,
really
sword.
the warriors look badass though, because they all have claymores. Like
Listen.
that's the thing.
I think it's time.
And yeah, okay, anyway, okay,
listen.
Jacob. Fucking
Alright.
scare
You
me.
got a claymore. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
So
Jacob, take her home.
imagine this, if you will.
Eyes are shut. Eyes are shut.
A ghost tofu truck drives across the street.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're right. I missed an opportunity to try to spin Initial D as a horror show.
You're like, we're back.
We're back. No,
This
okay.
time.
But this time, yeah. So, okay, so imagine this, if you will. All right. So you open on this beautiful open field surrounded by a forest, and in the middle of this field is this lovely
Master
looking
Sword.
building called the Gracefield House Orphanage. Okay.
It's an orphanage
It's
show.
an orphanage.
Fuck you.
So we come in and we meet our main 3 kids. Their names are Norman, Emma, and Ray, and they're all very smart. They're they've got their very distinct personalities. They're fun. They're they're like kind of like the pack leaders, because the orphanage has like a lot of kids. It's like, I forget, like 30 something kids are at this orphanage right now, and the whole like I also like the other 2. I watched the first episode. A lot of that first episode is just showing how amazing this orphanage is, and all the kids get along and they help each other and they have fun and they study and they do what they need to do, and like they're the owner of the orphanage who like runs everything, they all call Mom, and she's a super nice lady, and everything's just very like lovely and nice. And the only thing that they're really told in a curt way is that when you get out past the field and you get into the forest, you hit a section in the forest where you get like a low fence, and then there's an area with like a big stone, like some big stone walls and a gate. And on the other side of the gate, that just looks like kind of like an alleyway with some doors. Like it goes out into the outside world somewhere. And the only thing that Mom has ever said to them is, don't, under any circumstances, go past these walls and gates. Under any circumstances. That's the only thing. And immediately the main 3 kids, they're smart. Like they're smarter than everybody else that's around. And they sit there and they're like, something's weird about it, but like Emma, she really likes the orphanage, so she's not trying to test nothing. But the other 2 kids are kind of, she's just lying to us about something. I don't like, what could possibly be out there or whatever. So comes down to this day. One of the kids, she's this tiny little girl. She's like 9 years old, super cute. She's got her little she's like little girl. She like has a little little child
Stuffed
list,
animal?
and she's got a little stuffed rabbit that she holds all the time.
She's got a little stuffed
Little
animal.
stuffed rabbit, and she's getting adopted. She's getting adopted.
She's
like,
gonna die, and then they're gonna
she's
find the
getting
stuffed
adopted.
animal torn up, and it's gonna be bad.
She's
Oh
getting
my
adopted,
gosh!
and it's, she's getting adopted, and it's a great day, and everyone's they're celebrating. They're celebrating, but they're also pretty sad because they have to see her go, and they're trying to have fun, play tag, whatever, do that whole thing, and they happen to bring up how they're amazed that like all these kids that used to live there that have left and gotten adopted, like they never write, like they're like, why don't they write, like they we're all so close, we're like a huge family, it's amazing. And so the little girl who's holding the stuffed bunny, she's like, don't worry guys, I'll definitely write when I get to the house that I'm gonna live at and whatever, right? So it gets late into the night, and Mom packs up her stuff, puts it in a suitcase, and she starts guiding her out towards that gate that she tells all the kids not to go to. And she's walking out there with her lantern, and she's walking out, and all the kids are sending her off with like teary-eyed goodbyes and whatever, and everything's good. But then, oh no, she forgot her rabbit. They got to get the rabbit to the little girl, because that's like, it's her rabbit, and it's like her security device, she needs it. So they go running out after her to try to see if they can catch her before she leaves. And so then they get out to the gate, and the gate's open for once. And they walk out there, and nothing's really different other than that there's a truck. And they see the truck there. And it's like, like one of those like bigger kind of like transport trucks. It's got like a tarp over it. And
then it's the butcher waiting with a meat cleaver.
Shush, Joe. And then,
Fuck.
so they're sitting there looking around. They're sitting there looking around, and they just can't. They don't see Mom. They don't see the kid. They don't see anything, and they just don't know what's going on. And then they keep looking around, and then Emma goes, well, we'll just leave the bunny in the back of the truck, and hopefully she'll find it. So she goes to put the bunny in the back of the truck, and should I continue?
No!
No, I feel like you need to continue.
Are you sure?
No, man.
It is the
Ethan
first
told
episode.
the first episode too.
I know he did, but
No, continue. Emma's in the back of the truck.
okay.
She's dead.
So they look in the back of the truck, and what do you know? That little girl, she's super fucking dead.
Guess who was right? It was me. I read books like this all the time. I could tell you that the ending of the season.
Oh, I bet you could. Except for I'm about to throw a curveball at you.
Okay.
So she's super dead in the back of this truck. Super dead. Okay. Like it's not gory, but it's like
100% dead.
It's not gory, but it's like pretty fucking unnerving. So, but then they hear some guys talking. Like on the other side of one of the doors, and they're like, "Hey, did you hear something?" So they run around and they get underneath the truck because they're freaking out because they're like, "Oh shit, we don't want to get caught," because I mean, obviously, like they don't even know what's going on, and these ungodly, Lovecraftian horrors come walking out from that door. Like, I can't even describe what they look like because there's nothing I could relate to what they look like. And they're speaking back and forth. They're like, "Oh, wow." And they pick up the little girl's body and they're like, "Oh, wow, this looks like a tasty one," yada, yada, yada. And they're talking about all this stuff. It's like, "But no, we can't." No, and he's like, "Come on, can't they just have a finger?" And he's like, no. You gotta put it in you gotta put it away because this is that prime curated meat that's been breeded and farmed very specifically for the rich." That's what they say.
No.
And then they put her body into this little like vat container of liquid.
No.
And they like seal it all up. And then the mom shows up and talks with one of them about how basically this orphanage is just a giant child farm to then sell off to these rich, like Lovecraftian horrors. And that's what's going on. And the last thing that's said by one of the monsters is that, "Hey, I noticed that these three kids you have, these three 11-year-old kids, Norman, Emma, and Ray, wow, they're really testing really good, like across the charts on all the things that we make you test them on, like their intelligence and their physical ability and stuff. So make sure you give those to us next week." And then they escape, get back to the house, and now they have to figure out how to get everyone out. And that's the show. And it's called...
What are we naming it?
That sounds pretty good.
What's it called?
Well, it reminds me of Cabin in the Woods, so I would go with maybe Children in the Cabin in the Woods.
Children in the Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I tried to prove it.
But I tried to prove it. Fuck, dude.
Okay,
This show is called The Promised Neverland.
Because I'll never get there.
Have you guys ever read the book I think it's House of the Scorpion?
No.
I think it's like eerily similar to that. Or there was a Obi-Wan Kenobi movie that came out a long time ago. It's called like The Island.
Obi-Wan Kenobi? Hold on.
Yeah.
What did you just fucking say?
Ewan McGregor.
No, Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor.
Oh my god.
I couldn't think of his name.
Okay, you know what?
Ewan McGregor was in this movie called The Island, where like clones are bred to be like killed off for when their actual person like needs an organ.
Right.
Yes,
And they
I've
would like
seen that.
wait
I've seen
to
that.
win a lottery. And it's a similar sort of thing in this book called House of the Scorpion, but it follows a kid. And like that, it's reminded me of that. And that was one of the most like, oh my gosh.
I like that me trying to like, I'm trying my hardest to get Kat to choose this, but I'm mainly freaking out Joe. So like,
Dude, like I told you guys, I'm not gonna like this. Like, if you got, just take a moment, reflect on Ethan's show, reflect on Jacob's show, reflect on what the fuck I brought to the table.
my
I
God.
brought pretty girls with big swords.
You
fighting
literally
monsters.
Were
Like, that was mine.
Joe was like, horror? How about girl with big sword?
Yeah.
It's gruesome.
Like, hey, hold our beer.
Oh man, I searched around, but also like the ones that I kept bringing up in my mind were things that I know that at least some of us have already seen before, like like Elfen Lied and Attack on Titan and
yeah, that's fair. We don't want to hop into Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Those would be like 2-hour long episodes.
And Berserk.
Yeah.
I almost brought up this like bizarre 80s one.
Well,
that
save
came out.
Save it.
It was
There'll be
like
a new
Yeah,
theme.
Save it if
I
it
don't
ever comes
know.
up
We'll
again.
come back to
Say
horror.
it.
We'll come back to
Dude.
It'll
horror.
come back.
It was
around.
like
It'll come back
it was
around.
like it was like reminiscent of Akira. It was
Sick.
like similar to that, but like oh god.
Sick.
I almost did it and I was like, this is too much.
This is too
and then
much.
I went and
This
did
is massive.
Claymore.
All right. Well, Kat, you are the end all be all to the progression of this podcast.
Yes.
Choose Claymore.
Okay.
Please.
The desperation.
Joe, I'm sorry.
Please.
I'm sorry. Yours is out. Joe, you gotta understand, I really enjoy like dark, twisted horror. So you're just gonna have to.
Every week of this
settle in.
quarantine, she's read a book about like some girl being traumatized in some way in some horrific.
Okay.
Dude,
Setting.
okay.
No,
all right,
it's
hold
no.
up.
I just
Let
read
me
one
just
about a
say-
girl traumatizing a guy. So,
Okay.
haha,
Dude.
feminism.
As
Love it. Love it.
as the fiance to one of my best friends, I don't like hearing that you enjoy traumatizing entertainment like that.
What do you
It's
listen,
weird.
Joe?
Oh my
You know what, Kat? I
God,
get
dude.
it. I listen to like murder podcasts literally every day. Like
Oh, you guys are wild.
like every fucking day. So I get it. Don't worry. I understand.
Yeah, it's. I don't know why. I just
Neither
really
do
like
I.
it. It's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
because that's. I mean, psychology, criminology.
It's what it
I
is.
mean,
It's just
trauma.
interesting to
That's
know.
what I want to like. That's what I like to learn about. Right.
Yeah. It's just
So-
interesting to know why and how. And, yeah.
Right.
So,
now
all
it
right.
comes down to Jacob's show, which intrigues me, and Ethan's show, which is, like you said, my biggest fear. And if we're going with horror, I think I am going to go with Ethan's.
God,
Jacob?
I
No,
pitched
yours-
the
your-
hell out of that shit.
Yes, your pitch was great. I actually, that is probably the only one that I'd ever consider watching myself. So if that like makes you like you pitched it to me, I might watch it. So
That's a big one.
that
That's
is a big move
win.
because I
That's a big win.
don't watch anime. So I mean,
Yeah.
and maybe bring it back around on the next try here
Well,
with horror.
I can't. I'm not going to be able to stop myself from watching it because that first episode was fucking wild. So,
Yeah, I
but
get
it's
that.
all good. You know what? It's fine. You know, Ethan really needed a win. And,
I did.
You know,
I needed it for myself.
You
You
did.
know what? It might have
The
been.
pitch
It
was
might have
real
been a
good.
slightly biased pity win, but I'll take it. I'm not salty at all.
Wow.
We
No, the pitch was real good. Ethan sucked me in. Ethan sucked me in for sure.
The reason, okay, can I tell you my fear of worms? I have two things that happened to me.
Well, tell them what
I mean,
happened
I
today.
can under.
Well, we saw a snake today.
We saw a snake today.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that
Which
wasn't
really
fun.
Where?
helped me. I saw that this morning. I knew we were recording tonight, and I was kind of like, yes.
Yeah, this. Yeah, I did
Wow.
not
I was
like
like,
that.
this
Wow.
is a sign.
But I hate worms more than snakes, and here's why.
Okay.
Step number 1: early high school, freshman year. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
gaining any weight, like at all, and I was a swimmer, so I ate like between 4 to 7 meals a day. I was eating all the time, and I wasn't gaining weight. So I go into the hospital, the doctor, and I
Did you
say,
have a worm?
"Hey, there's something, I'm not gaining weight. What can I do? And they say to me, I don't know. Well, we got to look for a tapeworm. So they thought I had a tapeworm. I did not, thank the freaking Lord, because I
That's
would have
good.
just offed myself right there. Like, I wouldn't be here today.
Oh my gosh.
So our seventh grade, this side note, seventh grade science teacher kept a tapeworm in a jar in his classroom.
What?
So I knew what
Why?
it looked like.
That's fucking awful.
What?
Yeah, and so I was like, oh my God, that's what's in my body.
Is he Severus Snape? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What?
I don't know
Is
why
he
he had it.
Severus
He thought it
Snape?
was cool. Incident number 2, we were at my friend's, also in high school, later, and her family owned like a big lakeside campground, whatever. So she would work at the bait shop, and it was like snack shop and blah, blah, blah. So we were all over there one day, and they pulled out some worms, like some bait worms, right? And I'm not a fisherman. I'm not any of those things. But they opened them up, and that like...
Oh no, I know. Yeah, I
nasty.
agree. Yeah, I agree. The
smell?
the wriggling.
It was disgusting.
Just the wriggling in a compact space.
Yeah, it's disgusting. All of them. Yep, stop. Okay, nasty.
Did you ever read that book on like how to fry
eat
worms?
fried worms.
How to
yes.
eat, yeah,
How to
yeah.
eat fried
no,
worms?
I never read that book. I never read that book or watched the movie of it that came out because of the fact that I hated the title because it made me think about worms. You know
The
what?
same thing.
I relate to Kat more
I
on
really
this
liked
than I
that
thought.
book. That was
so
a good book.
So they take these worms, this bucket of worms, they open it up, and they start pulling them out, pulling them out. Then they start throwing them at me. Have you ever
Whoa,
been
that's
on the
just
opposite
mean.
side of a worm war? The answer
I'm so sorry.
is no.
Yeah, I can definitely wholeheartedly say no. But I did wake up one time in the middle of the night with a scorpion in my face. So
Nope, I wouldn't like that either. I wouldn't like
So-
that. But it has legs, so that's benefit.
Jacob's got
I don't know.
fucking terrible bug stories.
It's
Jacob
true.
has some bad bug stories. But I'm
cockroach
just
in your
mad that
bathrooms are
those
my
kids,
favorites.
dude.
Yo, fuck that shit.
Jacob was like,
That fucking
it's
sewer
looking at
roach.
me. It was looking at
It
me.
was!
It crawled over the.
It crawled over the
door.
tip of the door,
Looked
and it
at
looked
me.
at me. And the only thing
And
the only thing that could pop into my head because it was 3 a.m. and I came home from like a 10-hour, 12-hour day at work was, I hope it doesn't fly. And then I closed the door.
Dude.
Again,
okay,
that's
can I tell
tomorrow's problem.
Yeah,
you,
you know what?
Okay, I gotta tell you another show that I almost pitched.
What'd you almost
This
pitch
is
to?
one. The only reason I didn't pitch it was because I read some reviews that were like, no, this is actually like just really bad.
Wait. Is it the cockroach aliens?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought you were talking about at first because the people that fight them are half insect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, Trevor
I
told me
saw
about
it,
that
and
show and I said, no. Like this.
They look weird. The designs are
Yeah.
like
They're just giant.
It's reminiscent,
Just imagine
like
like,
their
giant,
faces.
giant humanoid ripped cockroaches. That's what they look like.
it's weird. It's
Super
weird.
Anyways,
Like, it's almost comical.
yeah, I agree. I've gotten more used to them. That's the Choosarama.
yep,
We've
that's
chosen Parasite
I gotta say, as the winner,
as
it's a mixed bag of emotions. I'm happy I was chosen. I'm a little disappointed it wasn't Haikyuu. That was my first show,
God damn it.
but I'm excited that we're watching Parasite.
You know what though?
like-
considering that fact, if I may throw this out here, and Kat can turn me down on this if she wants, but maybe the next genre should be sports.
We should decide that now, Kat.
I
Okay,
can
I
click-
like that
Or I
idea.
can click this random button right now.
No, I have. Well, this is my idea. I'll let you pick. You can
okay,
either
here
do
she goes,
sports
here she goes.
or my other idea, which I've been stirring in my head, is animes, like old animes, like traditional
Ooh.
animes, right? Obviously, you can still, so you understand what's going on. It can be
I know
any
exactly what's in
genre.
Jacob's head.
It can be any
Oh.
genre.
Any genre.
But it has to be
Ooh.
older than, I mean, I don't know, when did anime come out?
Anime was like,
Like
70s,
old.
80s. Like,
Okay, so I would say
Yeah.
it has
But
to
you
be.
could also argue like Astro Boy was super old, right?
yeah, but you're talking like absolute beginnings because you could go back to like the 50s and 60s, but like mainly anime was like 70s into 80s was like the old stuff. that.
Okay,
like,
so I would say anything earlier than like 95. Your anime has to be,
Yeah.
and you next time you present, then you have to say what year it came out.
I like this idea more. I like
I
this
feel
idea.
like
we
we
can
should
save
go
and we
further
can
and
save
say
sports
80s
because
or
we'll
sooner.
do.
Oh,
we
we'll do
have
sports at some point.
a bunch of these.
Let's
yeah.
say, I think we should go further and say 80s or.
I
older.
think yeah. No newer than 90. No newer. Like keep it
Yeah.
keep it old school. Yeah.
Yeah.
80s or
Keep it
80s
old
or
school.
older.
And I'll like I'll
Oh.
you know, and I'm gonna have to
I'm
look
into
again.
this.
I'm gonna have to look again, but I think I
Dude.
have things.
Now you have
popping
to
around
do
in my
research.
brain.
So
I'm telling you guys right now, I'm stoked for some sick 80s soundtracks.
Me
Yeah.
fucking too, bro.
Dude,
Um,
and
hey,
the voice
question
acting.
question for future
voice
reference: Are there
Yes.
musical animes?
oh
Yes.
Are there?
Good to know.
yeah, oh yeah,
They actually have a
No,
category for it
fucking-
on the
dude.
newest 2020 Crunchyroll Awards.
dude.
I guess
I'll tell you a couple right now. Your Lie in April.
I guess technically it's well, wait,
Kid-
wait,
Kids
no,
on
no,
a
no, no, no,
Slope.
no, but that's not what she's
Kids
talking
on a
about.
Slope
That's not
is
what she's
all
talking
about
though.
jazz.
No, but
It's
she's not talking
fantastic.
about. She's not talking about anime about music. She's talking about anime that is a musical.
Like musical.
Oh.
Yeah, like a
like
musical.
High School Musical.
Fuck.
I don't.
God
Music
damn
is
it.
a genre on
Music
Crunchyroll.
genre. Okay,
God
we'll
damn it.
get there
Neon
when we get
Genesis
there.
Evangelion came out in '95. Fuck.
We'll
Anyways,
get there when we get there.
Anyways.
That was it.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Well, there we
Oh
go.
my gosh.
Choose
Okay,
Rama.
okay.
Who won
okay.
this
No,
time?
no, close.
I won. I won.
It was a pity
me.
win.
One.
It was a fucking pity win. Anyways.
No, I'm satisfied with it. I'm gonna be so scared, but like I got sucked in just by the pitch. I'm ready.
It's good.
I'm ready.
It's good, boys.
No, it
You're
probably is. It probably is. I'm excited. Plus, I've heard it's a little actiony, which will be fun. So let's get it.
All
My
right.
body's like constricting and fear.
All right.
Let me
I'm
just
so-
hold on
I'm
before
so
we continue
conflicted.
on to like the music and the outro and all this stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Parasite
Oh.
is longer than I had expected.
Holy crap.
How long is it?
It's,
This amendment coming in.
yeah, it's 24 episodes. But hold on.
We can still do
okay,
it.
that's
We
not
can
that
still
bad.
do it.
That's not that bad.
I think I don't know. I think we do this in 4 episodes still. But we'll see. We'll see how we feel about it.
Oh, you wanna?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, we do it in 6, which isn't that bad, really.
We could do
Listen,
6
I
episode
think it's
installments.
okay. You know, we don't want to just stay on short anime anyways. It's good. Let's get a longer one in there. I'm fucking down.
All right.
Let's do it.
We'll get the
6
variety.
episodes. So next time we come back, we'll have watched 1 through 4.
Let's get it.
We might go long though then.
Well, yeah, we'll have a couple more episodes, but it's all
Yo,
good.
let's I'm gonna take a counter of how many times I jump. Okay.
Okay,
That'll be great.
yes, just like in Science Fell in Love. I need you to be clicking that counter.
Get the clicker going.
Get the clicker. Get the clicker going.
it's a clicker
all right.
going.
Well, you can find us on YouTube at Devilfruit. You can find us
Yes.
on Twitter at Devilfruit Corp. That is CORP. Corp.
Yes.
And if you if you want to find us on our personal socials, you've got to dig through the parasitic corpses of the internet to find them. I'm sorry.
I feel like sometimes the internet is a parasitic corpse.
See,
That's,
you know what?
sometimes that's
Maybe
pretty
I'm a
accurate.
genius. Who knows? Anyways, Choosarama.
Thanks for listening.
Bada bing. Oh.